As you try to learn a new skill, or you're studying, or you're actually working, it is stupid to take a break. Now hold on.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
God forbid, I do not mean this in the sense of like, work harder, do this, that, like, you know, Andrew Tate style, just, no, shut up. This video is not going to be about, yes, burn out and work harder and grind harder and do everything that you can to work and your whole life is just working and you don't really exist. No, it's going to be quite the opposite, but nonetheless I take the stance that it is stupid to take breaks.
Let him cook.
Hear me out. This is how the story goes, right? You're working hard at something and then you feel like a bit burdened or as if you've run out of discipline. So you take a break, you take a breather, you do something else that's more enjoyable, something that you prefer to the activity that you are doing. Now of course there are unhealthy breaks, like for example, alright, I'm going to stop working on A and I'm going to do B, and B may look like I'm going to go watch anime or YouTube for 5 hours when I've done 1 hour of work. That of course is dumb in itself, but because it's only me here, let's take me as an example. If I'm to take a break from something that I'm doing, it would be to do something that I enjoy. It could be, for example, playing the guitar, it could be reading, piano, whatever. Sometimes I would even play some video games. But now let's think about it. What does a break actually mean? A break is a way for you to step back, have a breather, let things sink in and just take things easier. Perhaps what you're doing is high intensity and you do in fact need a break. So this is the point of a break, to lower the intensity or to take a little mental break or physical break because things are getting too much. Now, did you catch that hint right there? Things get too much, right? And you're taking a break because it's either mentally or physically exhausting. If it is physically exhausting, fine, there's no other way to combat it. If it is mentally exhausting, what is it that you are doing that it's mentally exhausting you? Are you choosing to do an activity, a work that is draining you? Do the things you take a break on typically drain you? For example, if I was to play guitar or piano, would it drain me after 1 hour? No. I could play and sing that motherfucker for like 5 hours straight, then I would get bored. But 5 hours of focused work, of immersed work, is actually super productive. People don't really understand. I speak more about immersion and stuff on my channel and I will continue to do that. But if you are actually spending 5 hours a day on a project, on a studying, on building something that you have in mind, this is a great deal of time. So those 5 hours that I would then result in me being completely drained, that's fine. That's enough for the day. Then I can go brain dead mode, scroll on a few TikToks if I wish, but really I won't have the mental ability for that. I'll just be like, let me sit down and stare at the sky. However, here comes the really good value for you. Look, no matter how much you love the thing that you're doing, sometimes you will get bored and you will feel like you're not making any progress and you want to stop. Maybe you don't really identify the reason you want to stop, but you want to stop. Me, for example, I could be writing away, right? I'm writing a book currently, and I could be writing for hours and I'm like, I want to stop, I don't want to do this. It could be something like writing a song for you. It could be working, whatever you have. It can happen that you will still, even though you're doing something that you love, feel drained and tired. Now, this is the moment that you take refreshments. Me, for example, I'm a Muslim, so I've got prayers that I do on a daily basis. Now, I don't want to pretend to be perfect, sometimes I don't do them, but I should. I have on my phone something called adhan. When these call to prayers start, I stop what I'm doing, I take a break, and I go pray. The great thing about this is that they are separated into different segments in the day. So I could have like 2 to 3 hours in between one prayer. Those 2 to 3 hours, I could say, alright, I'll pray, and then I'll go do this activity, and then after this prayer, I'll go do this activity. And I focus my mind fully on that task until all of a sudden I'm interrupted. Oh, the call to prayer is here. Now, what is special about this pattern interruption is that you don't go too far to the point that you are mentally exhausted, and then even if you try to do a new activity, you still feel drained from the last one. You may end it on a high or end it on a alright level, right, where you were just coming down, and you do something new, something that provokes and stimulates you further to do more activities. And this is something that you can do. You don't have to be a Muslim. Look, I think most people that watch me are in some way spiritual, but as a practical step, because again, don't just watch my videos, take action, the practical step that you could take away from this is you could say every 3 or 2 hours I'm going to set an alarm. When this alarm rings, I'm going to do 50 push-ups. Bam! At the end of the day, you've done 150 as you've gone through your workday, and perhaps you've even done another workout beyond that. This is super efficient for many reasons. You're going to love this part. Look, we're no saints. We make mistakes. I make mistakes. Don't put me on a pedestal. Look, you could be doing some work and then you get distracted in the research that you're doing, or a notification pops up. You click on it, one thing leads to another, you get distracted, and you know how it goes. Hours go by and we have wasted our day, our precious day, and our conviction of the thing that we dream of doing gets weaker every time we do that. But with these alarms that go by, look, maybe you spent an hour and the alarm went off and you're like, oh shit, I gotta wake up. I just realized I'm wasting my time. And you get snapped out of this thing. And then you go do your refreshment and you go back to an activity that you should have been doing. Perhaps you have spent 5 minutes like distracted, and then the alarm goes off and you're like, holy shit, I just saved myself for like an hour, possibly 3 hours of wasted time. In this sense, having daily refreshments, like spread out throughout the day, alarms to like snap you back to reality, is an amazing tool for you to keep focused, to keep on track. I'm going to give you more and more reasons that you really believe, and you start to believe, and you decide to believe in your mind that this is a great thing for you. Look, if you feel like you get stuck in something, do not take these breaks where I'm overwhelmed, whatever, I'm gonna go back. No. Take a refreshment, a break, a refreshment. Separate them into two different things. This refreshment will allow you to take a step back, look at how everything is, and say, okay, I know how to go forward. Me, again, as I am writing these days, I get stuck. I'm like, I know roughly what I want to say, but I don't know how to progress it into this thing. I take a break, I pray, I think about some stuff, I sit down and I look at the wall and I'm like, alright, I got it. Now let's finalize it with some hope. Overall, you should aim to do something with your life that you enjoy, right? That you love. Your experience in life should be an enjoyable one. Otherwise, why are you here? This does not mean indulge. No, seek the deeper enjoyment. Delay things that are instant gratification. Leave it for later, right? And work out. Promote healthy living. Carry yourself as a man or a woman with dignity, and find joy in doing this. And this doesn't mean get successful, get rich, whatever. This is just vanity, complete vanity. It means pursuing your ideals. It means staying true to your truth and believe in yourself. So for example, you may be working at a job that you don't like. It's not taking all of your time. So the time that you have off, put it into these things that you really like until you can eventually go full time in this. But let's say that you had the opportunity and the great blessing of having this time. You should use it. Take the things that I speak about in my videos and don't waste more time. Go to do the thing that you want to do. Make notes, take action. Don't just sit around and click on another video and do another thing. That's wrong. You will not achieve the life that you're promised and that you want to live this way. And you and I both wish to see your vision come to light. I wish to see you thrive in the things that you want to thrive at. Doesn't matter, money, fame, all of these things. No. What matters is that you do the thing that you feel is right, that you want to do, that makes you happy. If you like making music and playing music, make music and play music. Don't be perfect or anything. Go to a local gig, a local pub. Start like playing at concerts and whatever, small concerts, make your way up. Don't expect stardom right away, and especially not if you do no work to make it so. Use your life to accomplish these things that you have in your heart. As a general rule, we have 3 desires, which is the topic of what I'm writing about. And by the way, these are desires in terms of career and where we want to go in life. We either want to have social work, right? Do things with others, and maybe create a good family and foster them greatly. We either want that, or we want to research things. We want to make a breakthrough and research how we want to find out things about the world. We have like this perplexity and this wonder about why are we? Like, what is the meaning of life kind of thing? And perhaps this is your mission to find that out and then share it with the world. Or perhaps to create. Perhaps you want to be an engineer. Perhaps you love creation. You want to create a new style of airspace engineer, right? A new space travel, whatever. But the thing is that we have these desires deep down inside that as we climb through the hierarchy of needs, Maslow, the last one that the most of us are at in today's society, because we are blessed with good systems which keep us safe, nurtured, etc., is this self-actualization. This is the stage that we are all pretty much at now. Believe in yourself, and when it gets too much, don't take a break, take a refreshment, take a step back. Taking a break means taking a break for the body and the mind. Again, I see a lot of people making this mistake just to finalize things. Taking a break is not, I'll go on TikTok, whatever. Your brain is heavily stimulated under these circumstances. Taking a break is resting. To rest, to refresh yourself. So rest. When it gets too much, rest. And then go back to the thing that you want to do. If you want to have fun, have a day aside in the week or in the month or whatever, or maybe just the afternoon after you've done everything, but preferably a day is better. Have a day aside where you say, yeah, I'm going bonkers, I'm going bananas, and I'm going to do everything I want to do. I'm going to play 10 hours that day if I so wish it. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and play super hard, but work even harder, but with great dexterity and intelligence. Strive to be 1% better every day. Join the Discord, man. Much love. Quick reminder to fix your posture and take deep breaths into your diaphragm from your nose.